intro, dog. Dropping new shit all the time.
This fucking guy. Soundboard, fuck yeah.
Anyways, what is up, everybody? MuseMe TV. We're back. That probably fucking blew some ears. I'm sorry. So sorry. Everyone's probably pissed. See, look, I already got a message. Fuck,
bro.
I don't know what it says, everybody. I can't read it. I don't have that open right now. Food Stamp, what is up? Thank you for joining. You're awesome. You're hanging out. We got Irvin in the studio. Give it up for Soy Swervin', everybody.
Soy Swervin'.
Yeah. What's up? Yeah, we're back, dude. We're back.
Fucking back, bro.
We're back, doggy. Fucking.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, dude. It was like, man, I was getting some shit going, then I stopped a little bit. Well, last week I had some podcasts that went pretty fly. Like, I had one Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we'll try to do that again this week. We have Swervin' on today, Tuesday. We'll try to have somebody on tomorrow, and then again on Thursday. So
Yeah.
make sure to tune in for that, guys. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and follow all that good shit. Anyways, Soy Swervin'.
Soy.
What's up, man?
Nothing much, bro.
Back at it.
Back at it again, man.
So you saw the fucking Cabo Wabo, and you're like, oh, yeah, Cabo Wabo.
Oh,
So
Grandma's boy.
is that the only time you've ever seen it?
Fucking reference to it that I know. I never knew that shit actually existed.
So, it's actually a brand of tequila by the second singer of Van Halen,
Oh, so it was like Sammy?
Sammy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Sammy is the one that made Cabo
Cabo
Wabo.
Wabo.
Yeah, he has his own little Mexican place in Mexico, and I think there's a bunch of spots, Cabo Wabo spots,
Whoa.
where it's just like a bar, and it has a bunch of concerts, has a bunch of badass bands that come and play
that's
there.
pretty dope.
So yeah, that is actually made by Sammy Hagar. They have a song on their, I think it was 5150 album, if not the next one, Cabo Wabo.
Cabo Wabo.
Yeah,
Damn.
face down in Cabo, it gets you down. Just fucking legit.
Damn.
So let's pour one of those bad boys down here and fucking get this fucking podcast going, dog.
Hell yeah, broski.
So we're just chilling, like we said. Nothing really. I don't know, man. There's nothing really too severe going on. I don't know if you remember. They actually, well, you live here. Fucking, I don't even know why I say that, but they closed down everything again, dude.
Yeah.
Everything's
I heard.
back down, dude.
I'm like, damn. They closed everything again.
Damn. So like, and we were just getting started with the comedy thing and everything. I was just like,
Oh, yeah. That shit. I mean, it was bound to happen after the protesters and everybody being so close together, then everybody mingling, and again, it was going to happen.
You think that was one of the big indications? Those protesters.
I don't know, man. It seems suspicious that all this shit happened right around this time.
Right, so yeah, let me clarify that a little bit better. The protests and everything that was happening was meant to happen, but the way it happened was just ridiculous. Like it turned
Yeah.
into like a rioting thing, and not only that, people forgot about everyone else's safety.
People were just fucking mad. I wanted to protest too, but I couldn't because other people I had to watch out for that I lived with. So
See, but you have that already, that mentality. Where
I
you're
really
thinking,
wanted. I would if I lived on my own. I would have risked it. If I wasn't in contact with any family that I could possibly bring harm to, I would have risked it. I would have been like, fuck it, I'll go protest. Be surrounded by a bunch of other people, but I couldn't. But other people did it.
Yeah, there's a
And
bunch
it's
of
like
people that
people
just
are
went out
dying. I
there.
wonder if it was really set up. Like if this shit was just set up to happen, so they could just get as many people to go out in public and expose themselves to it. Because it's just crazy, bro. It's coincidental. It's like weird.
One of the things that I saw recently was like a conspiracy thing where they said that Corona has been made to like kind of push the world order, the new world order. So like people have to kind of listen more. They're following these rules put in place super fast.
Makes sense. If I was like fucking trying to take over the world, then I wanted to get rid of like the dumbasses. Like first, like start some shit and make people like go about it in an uncareful way, and then let them die themselves off and other people. And probably depopulate a little bit. They probably don't want the numbers coming back. If you put this virus out right when you're about to take world order, you probably want to kill like a good amount of people first.
What if it's like a... And then another thing that's crazy, too, is like, what if it's a conspiracy that other countries are just trying to fight with each other in like a biological, chemical warfare kind of thing? Infectious kind of way.
Oh, like in a... Yeah, biological warfare. That would be dirty.
Like fucking China does release it.
We're not supposed to do that shit. But if China... Bro, but if it comes down to it, bro, like, look what Hitler did.
People
they weren't supposed to have an army or fucking have that much war stuff. Or just like military grade weapons and all that stuff. And look, he fucking grew. One day a country could just think, you know what? I think I have the power now to take over the rest of the world because I have a good army, strong technology. They might just feel like China might be low key on some shit and we don't even know it.
Yeah, see, that's what I've always... That's my biggest conspiracy ever is that like China's kind of on some low key shit.
Some low key shit.
Where they're trying to take over in a weird way.
Maybe every country.
But then, yeah, every country. Like, what happened with our beef with Russia? Like, that shit's never been squashed. You know that shit's not going to be squashed.
The shit squash? Fuck no, bro. Russia's... Maybe.
Do you want to take this, man?
Let's do it, bro.
Oh, salud. That's so bad.
Cabo Wabo.
It's supposed to be like a mixed drink. Not fucking straight tequila shots.
No. I mean, tequila should always be drinking straight at least a couple of times.
You think so?
It's tequila, bro. Tequila.
Do you think every alcohol at least should be done at least once like that?
Maybe once. Like I don't think you need to, but if you were like an alcohol enthusiast, if I was really like an alcohol enthusiast, I'd probably do something like that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm gonna try everything straight, because I would. It's like smoking weeds. You know, before you start mixing shit or throwing wax or throwing like keef in it, if you get some strain of weed, you might want to like just smoke it by itself without a blunt or something more clean, like a bong hit.
Yeah, I guess I see what you're saying too, because there's some times where you smell it and it really has that. You're just like, oh man, I wonder what this truly tastes like.
And sometimes I'm surprised. I take hits of weed and I think it all tastes the same for the most part, but then I can tell the difference now. I'm like, it's crazy.
It does kind of.
But it's like a weed enthusiast. You know?
Yeah, it kind of all does kind of taste the same. If you really take the taste, then you can really taste it.
Yep. Same
thing with like smell too. You kind of like, it all smells dank, but then if you really smell it, there's a distinct difference between all the smells. I don't know. Marijuana's a miracle drug, I feel.
There's a lot of different tequilas too, but I feel like tequilas is something you should drink by, like, take a shot. If I was with like some girlies and we're all just drink,
dude, no.
Tequila shots are nice to kick up your like.
What is that thing? The Tequila Sunrise, right?
Oh, with orange juice.
No, it's like you put, you fucking put lime salt on your hand.
Salt?
Yeah, you put it on your hand and then you have a lime. So you take you lick it, lime, and then drink or one.
Yeah, they do that shit.
Isn't that called a Tequila Sunrise?
I thought a Tequila Sunrise was pretty sure it's when you mix tequila and orange juice.
Isn't that okay? Yeah,
or some kind of like orange juice syrup, but
you're right. Tequila Sunrise is made of tequila, orange juice, and granadal salt syrup.
Yeah, there's some kind of syrup in that shit. Mixed drinks are really syrupy.
Tall glass.
But fucking tequila shots, dude, they're fucking nice.
They're intense.
Because tequila's an upper. I learned that tequila's like the only alcohol that's an upper, not a downer like most everything else.
See, that I was having a discussion with somebody else too about this. I never felt that any alcohol has its distinct uppers or downers. It's not. It's you either get drunk, and depending on your mood on how you are is depending on how you're gonna feel, and then you're gonna blame that experience
on the alcohol. Like, I feel like this because of this shit.
and then people unfortunately push that on other people too. They're like, I don't know if you know this, but if you drink whiskey, you have this like.
I hear people get violent on vodka. I've heard a bunch of shit like that, and
then you do it, and then you feel like you're like, oh man.
If you're influenced, but that's weird because then you're acting if you're just doing that shit.
I feel like that's what a lot of people do.
I get drunk. I get horny. I don't get.
Oh, here we go, everybody.
Like, I'm not trying to fight anybody. I'm like, you know what? Fuck that puto. Let's roll up on this motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't get how people trying to fight each other either.
Some people just have that in them naturally. That's why there's fighters and there's lovers, man. It's like a simple.
It's a distinct correlation.
It really is, though. There is a lot of motherfuckers that just like I don't know. There's people that just naturally like to fight, and people that, they're just naturally way more hornier than other people, or just romantics and shit like that. But yeah, fucking A, bro.
You're not trying to find a fight. You're trying to find some.
I'm trying to find some pussy like a fight, bro. Like, but then there's motherfuckers. That's usually like a good thing to try to do, though, is learn how to fight. So there's a benefit to like being a fighter and a lover. If you're a fucking fighter, you can defend yourself. A lot of people usually have respect for you because you're not somebody pushing on. A lover is a little bit different.
They're a pushover.
They're a little bit more of a pushover. They're not as physically strong as a motherfucking fighter because they're not focused on that kind of aspect of life. They're focused more on the romantic side and the sexual side of life. Mm-hmm. Which a fighter is too. The fighter wants to fuck too in romance, but they have that fighting in them. Like that's like UFC fighters. Like when you fucking see a UFC fighter, have you ever met somebody who's just really into fucking like UFC?
Like a fighter?
Yeah.
I've seen them, and I kind of get that mentality that you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Like they have that natural killer instinct. It's like some of these motherfuckers killers.
You don't think none of them are sensitive?
Oh yeah, of course. There's some that are sensitive, but I'm just saying they have that.
They're not a lover, not a fighter.
They might just be super passionate too, because there's super passionate people. They have that, like they both have that romantic side and that aggression. They just fucking
ready to go.
Want to fuck somebody up. But
I want to fight,
and then I want to fuck. Like there is, bro. But that shit's crazy, man.
Are we talking about domestic disturbance? This sounds like we're talking
abuse.
Like, yeah, I want to fight, and then I want to fuck.
I want to fuck. I want to fight somebody, and then I want to fuck somebody.
God, that's what I do.
Damn, that's fucked up.
It's hilarious.
It's fucking hilarious. I might do it. I might fight and fuck the same person. Like,
I know, right?
Like
Where's my wife?
Where's my wife? Bob. Bob. Damn, that's fucking horrible.
Oh man. We are live. You don't have a Facebook, right?
Nah, just got Instagram.
You're just like
Snapchat.
Nobody. Damn you! What's wrong with Facebook? What's wrong with Facebook, dude?
I just had too much like shit. I guess I deleted a long time ago. Now it probably wouldn't be so bad, but I've gotten my shit hacked a couple of times.
What's your password? Like Swervin' one?
Nah, this was before. I think my Facebook deleted it long. No, I was still Swervin' when I had a Facebook.
Yeah,
but I had too much family and friends. So a friend sent me some bullshit. My mom was like call me about it. I remember one time I took a picture with a group of homies at IHOP. We were all sitting in this table. It was like 12 of us. And I was just like bearded as fuck. I think I already had my long hair. Or I was just bearded. But I just had like to be in the center of the table and acting like I was Jesus. I was posed and shit. My mom was religious, so she saw that shit and called me. She's like, you better take that shit off of Facebook.
You know, Jesus gets mad at stuff like that.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's what they all say. Yeah. All the Mexican moms. Jesus doesn't like that kind of shit. He would be mad. I'm like, damn.
What's up, Hoshi? He says hello again from Germany. Hope you guys are all doing well. We're good. COVID-free since 2019.
Fuck yeah.
So, thanks you. Yeah, that's so crazy too. Like, to think that aspect is happening online as well too. Like, at this point, I kind of really don't care what my mom sees. I mean, but I do get what you're saying. Like, there's been some times where I'm just like, I'm posting like some stupid ass shot where I'm just like in my underwear to make like a comedy thing. Where I'm just gonna post it. And I'm just like, God damn it. My cousins and then my auntie and then all of them are gonna see it.
Dude, on Instagram I have a lot more family now, so I'm like, fuck, I have family members that follow me.
No, you can't be afraid to be famous. You have to do it all, Swervin'. Especially in comedy, dude. Especially in comedy, you can't be afraid to say that.
No, I was thinking about it. I was like,
imagine if you had a Jesus joke and it hit really, really well.
Oh, my family will hear that shit, bro. I'm not stopping my sense of humor, but it's like one of those things where I just know one of these, I'm going to make some jokes and eventually I'm going to hear some shit. If it gets back to me. But I don't think my family would even pay attention to it, which would be even better.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, most of the time.
Hoshi, we have Irvin. Irvin's our guest. He's been on before. He says, looks like a Viking.
Look like a Viking.
You have that Viking look, dude. Those are big men, too.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Those
Norse
Viking dudes.
Norse god. Oh, man. Have you seen have you seen that show called Viking?
I want to, but I haven't checked it out. And some girl I used to work with in Old Bolton told me you look like one of the guys from that show I watched. It's called Vikings. I was like, damn, hell yeah.
That's dope. That or like
If I had thicker hair, man, get some like braids, like some
just some like one big braid in the back.
one big ass braid. Just hold the axe, put an axe to it, like a Viking.
I'm gonna see Viking names, and we're gonna give you a Viking name.
Damn, a Viking name. I'm gonna adopt a name today.
Viking name. That dude, you better change
Big
all.
Valhalla. Call me Big Valhalla. Or
Okay, some Viking names are. I can't even say any of these. Goddamn, it's so bad. Here, check it out. Right, that's Arnie.
Arnie.
Right, that's how you say it.
Arne.
Arne.
Viking names.
Arne. It says eagle. Bree.
I don't even know how to pronounce these.
Burger.
Burger.
Barg.
Bjorn.
Bo.
Bo. Eric. Frode. Gorm. Havden.
Right.
Damn, dude, I can't pronounce. I'm probably pronouncing these all wrong.
I know, right? Grom.
All wrong.
Halford, right? That one's good though. Or not? See
Halford.
that?
I was like, there's no Halford. It's
That's my damn fucking dyslexia right away. See,
Dyslexia.
I was like, hey, look, it's Halford.
Halfred. That still Halfred sounds like Hagrid.
Hoshi says Ragnar Irvin.
Ragnar
Irvin. Ragnar Irvin. Dope. I'm good with that. Popular Viking names. Oh, that is a popular one. The one he said, Ragnar.
Damn, that really
was
is
made
one.
popular.
That sounds dope. I gotta get even more buff now.
What?
I gotta get Viking buff.
Viking buff?
I don't know how fucking I'm gonna get there.
I think Viking buff is just. I think Viking buff is just like not.
Well,
not,
then you see some skinny Viking dudes like.
Is there skinny Vikings?
Then you see some skinny like buff Viking dudes with some like cornrows and shit. But you also got like the big stocky ones with the braids and stuff like that. But like, I think pretty sure there's like big old stocky Viking dudes, but there's also skinny.
I'm pretty sure most of them are just like your size. There's very
6
little
foot
of
plus.
mine.
They might be some short motherfuckers. You never know.
There's no pictures. They're all stupid cartoons and shit.
Damn, they're just
making fun of like a skinny Viking guy or something.
right. That's the only fucking big bearded or bald, braided. Like some of the characters from the new God of War.
I don't know. That's crazy. But yeah.
Ragnar.
Vikings, dude.
Vikings, that'd be dope.
What is this? Okay, something was trending. Today, the U.S. carries out first federal execution in 17 years.
Damn.
Daniel Lewis Lee was put to death by lethal injection on Tuesday morning as the U.S. government carried out the first federal execution in nearly 20 years. 20 years, dog.
20 years, bro. When's the last time? Who the fuck got executed last time? That's crazy.
The last time was who was held in the Indiana prison was convicted of killing a family in 1996.
Oh,
So this guy, the guy that they killed today.
damn. That dude. That's crazy. The death sentence. That shit doesn't happen very often, man. The lethal injection is brutal. I was watching some clips about it, and they say it's like you feel like you're suffocating when they hit you with it.
Te llaman, güey.
I know.
Ahí te están llamando.
I said I can wait.
No te da. Yes, I can see you on TV right now, Swervin. Don't lie to me.
Don't lie to me.
I'm calling you right now.
She's like, I'm watching it live. Nah, she don't be looking at that kind of stuff. My mom on YouTube, she probably be looking up like home remedies. Mexican moms like with technology now don't be on the same. They're not on YouTube.
Dude, you know who I just saw a documentary on?
Who?
Walter Mercado.
Who the fuck is Walter Mercado?
You do not know who Walter Mercado
Was
is?
that new document that's on Netflix?
Of
like some, I can't remember.
Come on, dude. Who do you not? Mexican?
The cartel dude?
Walter Mercado?
It was, honestly, I'm guessing he's a musician. Like drag musician, finger jazz.
Walter Mercado.
I don't fucking know.
Okay, I'll tell you.
I don't know who the
Walter Mercado is an astrologist
Oh.
that was on the news and stuff.
Oh, that dude.
Walter Mercado!
Oh, okay. Damn, he died.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Yeah, he did die, but they there was a documentary on Netflix about him.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah.
Walter Mercado, the one of the most famous astrologers out there, dude.
That's what he did, dude. I remember like.
All he did was just tell you your astrology fortune. That's
like,
it.
Oh.
That's it.
Capricorn.
Aquí te van a decir la vida de los dioses y no están dos.
Estoy viendo las estrellas
Deja-
para ver qué es tu futuro.
And then déjame decirte cómo te dicen los toreses. Déjame decirte los líos. And it's just like, yeah,
Los
dude.
Leos, los Pinchi. Damn, my mom's into that shit too. She probably knows who the fuck this guy is.
Walter Mercado.
Mercado.
So yeah, I freaked out. I was just scrolling through Netflix and I was like, "Holy shit, is that
The
who is?"
whole ass documentary.
Because the same thing, dude. Just like I come from a Mexican family too, and my dad just like he would have the news on.
Yeah.
It's not like he paid attention to this guy, and it's
Yeah.
not like he was like totally like, "Oh, I need to watch this."
Yeah,
but
Walter Mercado, but he grew up just knowing because it was
he
around.
was there. He was popular, dude. I
he
can't
was
believe
so
how fucking
popular.
popular this guy was. Like
Walter Mercado,
this-
bro.
this-
Fuck yeah.
And
like,
to think about it, dude, this guy was drag. This guy was
Oh, yeah.
LGBT before LGBT.
and in Mexico too.
And in dude,
that's the biggest risk.
Oh
to
my
take
God,
right there.
yeah, dude.
That's
You-
a big ass risk. That nigga was
coming
dead.
from that kind of culture, dude, everybody's all
Yeah.
manly, dude.
Oh,
like
machismo, bro. is a
my
big
dad
thing
gives me
there.
so much shit all the time about my hair, about my piercings.
He's like, eso no es mexicano, hijo.
That's not.
Eso no es paisa.
Who does that? Who does that? That's not.
like-
That's not.
Man, I'm pretty sure there's things your dad was doing that your grandparents were like, I don't know, I understand you, hijo. And your dad was like, they just don't get me, bro.
But you know what he was doing?
Yo.
When he was like 25, he was curling the back of his hair because he had a little ducktail. He's like curling it because fucking
that's
my mom
fucking
would tell
funny.
me stories, and they had me when they were young.
Yeah.
So that was like I was
Man,
born in
bro,
like
you
the
don't wanna see
90s.
it.
Yeah, in like 95, my dad's doing my hair just like him.
Yeah.
Short ass fucking slick back,
Damn.
ducktail,
Ducktail.
fucking curled, dog.
Damn.
Curled. I was like, what the
Fuck,
fuck?
dude. Like a fucking pigtail in the back of your
Right?
head, bro.
That's what it was.
Damn. That's fucking funny. My dad was never rocking some shit like that. That would have like I got the bowl cut,
Just a straight bowl cut.
like a nicely done one, not just like thump. Like unless my dad was cutting it.
Yeah.
He was probably in, but nah. I used to have that little weird fucking '90s kid haircut.
But that's crazy too to think that your hair is like more curly and stuff. Like,
When I was a little kid, it was straight.
really?
Yeah.
Holy
If I
shit.
showed, I don't even have a picture of my fucking self as a fucking baby. But yeah, when I was like a kid, maybe like 5 or 4, and I had like straight hair, and they cut it into a bowl cut and shit like that. But I never really had my hair long. I think bowl cuts were as long as I had it.
When did you start growing your hair out long?
Oh man, after like shit. I think after after high school, a little bit after high school. I can't remember exactly when, but I think it's been more than like 5 years since I've had my long hair. But I started growing it a little bit after high school, maybe like 3-4 years after, because I just was rocking, let my hair do whatever it would do. I get lazy about cutting my hair, and then eventually, I just wanted to grow it, and I was like, I'm just start growing it. But I grew the top first and then the sides.
The top first.
Yeah.
So like you would grow it out and then shave the sides.
Yeah.
I knew a dude that did that stuff. He'd like grow it out and then like sometimes he'd put it in a ponytail and then shave the sides off,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I shave the sides just here because I fucking, when I do my beard, it's easier to have this part shaved down so the lineups and shit like that look a lot better. Because when I'm not, it looks bad.
So what's up, guys? Thank you for viewing. You guys are awesome. Let us know what you guys are doing. Checking out. We got some Cabo Wabo here in the
Cabo Wabo.
studio. Just chilling. What was your style in high school? Do you remember what it was?
Oh man, it just depended. I was broke, bro.
No, because
I would like to dress, or like fucking have something clean. Like I liked Vans
okay.
towards like my senior year, but I mean like the Vans, like the flat ones that you have now, but in like middle school and
Like
then my
low top?
freshman years,
Low top?
yeah, like the low tops. But I like the high tops too.
Yeah.
Because I would get Fubus, I'd get Filas. Like
Damn,
back in the day.
Fubu.
That was my freshman year, man. I would try to get Filas or Fubus or some shit like that, the high tops, get matching polos back in like the early 2000s or like mid 2000s when Polos were popping with big ass baggy jeans.
I remember fucking And One too.
And One's still around. That's like gym gear now.
Yeah, that was like my grandpa was so into that shit, and he always would be like, "I bought you guys shoes," and he bought us some And Ones.
And Ones, bro.
I was just like, "What the fuck?"
Almost Jordans.
Pretty much, they're just a step down.
Just a step down.
It's like George.
Fuck, dude, George. Damn.
George brand.
Just George. No.
Well, it's kind of crazy too because my grandpa was really into basketball.
That's good. At least he was getting you some shit.
Yeah.
At least he was making an effort. But
fucking, I'll get you some Ones,
bro. Fuck, bro.
They still
now they sell Filas and Fubus at Walmart for like $20.
And One logo.
They got some like fake Air Force black or some fake black Air Force Ones.
Really?
Because I put them on, I bought some, and they look.
It is just like fucking. It's that dude with the basketball.
I said it's almost a Jordan. I mean, not a Jordan. I'm sure it wanted to be its own thing, but
I don't know if that other one that I clicked on was correct or not. But there was that one. There was one that looked like Jordan. That one. I don't think that's And One though.
No, that's not And One.
See, this is And One, right?
Yeah.
It does have a guy with a basketball, but he's just in a different pose.
Dribbling.
Yeah.
He's not dunking. He's not doing the.
He's not doing the Jordan shot.
Bro, imagine being that much of a badass that you just have this ultimate symbol.
Well, who's this guy
branded.
then? Who?
Yeah, fuck's nobody.
Who is this guy's
fucking
symbol?
Nobody. That's why And One shit is so cheap to buy. It might be somebody, but I don't think it's anybody. Jordan, you know that motherfucker.
You know that look.
That's somebody.
That fucking Jordan brand is like.
That's him, Duncan. His shoes may sell, so they get people killed too.
Right, that logo itself.
That shit will get you killed, bro.
Jordans?
Them shoes, fuck yeah, bro. People get killed over Jordans. It really happens.
I have a couple friends on Snapchat and shit that just post like, took out my new Jordans, and they're like, oh my god, they're expensive. I'm just like, what are you doing, man?
He bought like 50. Like he has so many Jordans, and he was super like about it. He keep the boxes when he'd buy some shoes. He get like $300-$400 pair of Jordans, or like, and he's like, oh yeah, man, I waited in line, dog, at the store. Get myself
for Jordans. Holy shit!
Well,
see, that's that. Well, gamers do that.
People, but games like Jordans, like it all has its own payoff. Like you buy video games will last a little bit. I mean, shoes too, depending on you.
Yeah,
take
imagine
care of
you're the first dude, fucking fresh ass Jordans, walking in school.
$200-$300, bro. That's
nobody in school
and then you
has
see the broke ghetto ass motherfucker who just
And Ones. He's
wearing And Ones.
He's got some,
not even some like new ones, some like old like hand me down And Ones.
Right?
He's pissed, so he just fucking robs you in the bathroom.
I'm pissed off, dude.
Beats you up and takes your shoes, even if they don't fit him.
You don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck. He's taking them shits, bro. That's what I'm telling you. Jordans they're nice. If I had that kind of money, I'd have a bunch of Jordans too. But I'm really more about my Vans than I am about Jordans.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think is the most expensive Vans?
I don't know.
What is what's the most expensive shoe you've ever bought?
I don't know, man. I think maybe like $80 on some Vans.
Same here.
Like Vans that's where it's at, man. I thought about buying some J's, but I'm so fucking clumsy.
You don't think they'll last?
I'll probably fuck them up.
Here's one that is pretty
like
expensive. This one is $135 for those. Are those Vans? No, those aren't even Vans.
Yeah, those are all birds. Vans aren't expensive.
70, I mean, the most I've seen there it is 70.
Because like even custom shit. Fish shoes, damn.
Yeah, I guess Vans are just not that.
You know, except for the ones that were just like $1,000. See, $1,300 for some Jordan. Those are some dope shoes though. Those are nice, but
those ones in itself, yeah, those are dope.
Those are dope. But $1,300, bro. Damn, fuck that. Bro.
You can do so much more shit,
bro. With $1,300, I could buy so much shit or have a great little vacation somewhere, man.
Nope. They want it.
Well, not right now because everything shut the fuck down. But
they want it on their feet, dude. On their feet. They want $13,000 on their feet.
Until somebody leaves them on their feet. Give me your fucking shit. Oh, no.
So I don't know why, but...
So like if you're a Jordan pair, or if you own Jordans, you should also own a gun.
I don't know why, but fucking Snoop Dogg is trending on Twitter right now.
Twitter? Is
Yeah.
it the whole 6ix9ine shit? Or
No,
something?
it says DMX versus Snoop Dogg.
Oh, they're doing that whole hit for hit shit, I think.
Is that shit going on or what?
Yeah, it's been going on. They've been kind of doing that recently.
Who? Okay, here. Man to man, homie to homie. What's up? DMX or Snoop Dogg?
DMX or Snoop Dogg? Oh,
You could only pick one, bro.
Damn.
No excuses.
what do you mean? As in, who do you think is gonna
No,
win?
just pick one.
Damn.
In your,
If I had,
if you were to pick one,
damn, DMX or Snoop, that's a hard one, bro. Because I rarely find myself listening to DMX. 'Cause I used to listen to him so much back in the day that I kind of gotten burnt out by some of his songs.
just
Snoop
one of
Dogg-
those like you kind
Snoop
of.
Dogg still has classics that I can listen to. Like I had to be in the mood to listen to some DMX. Like if I hear Snoop Dogg come on the radio and if it's like certain songs, I'll listen to them.
You're like, I'm grooving this shit.
But if it's certain songs, I'll be like skip. Because they had his hits. Like I like listening to artists when they first come out, man. That's like one of those things that I do with a lot of my music.
Dude, Necro Goblicon,
Like-
get on that shit.
Like fucking, like I'll look up bands I listen to and I'll look up their first albums and listen to that shit, then listen to that later shit and just compare it. Because I like to trip out about that. Because it's like, man, I'm one of these motherfuckers had they hunger, like they're hungry, they're driving this point. This is how they sounded when they
More
first
about
came
the
out.
music than about the commercialism.
Then to them about eventually, like 'cause some bands really do sell out, and some not as much as others. Some just do it in a certain way where they'll make the music for themselves and what they like, but then eventually they'll notice what works and what the fans like, and they'll might start aiming towards more of that, like trying to make songs like that. You know, there goes the initial of we're gonna just make the music because we're artists and this is what we like. To now we're a brand and we need to keep the money flow coming in. What really works for us, what songs picked up real reception, and let's make an album that has more of those kind of songs.
Yeah, or what's popular now,
What's
not
popular.
even what they built
they
their
might-
old foundation on.
Yeah, if they don't, there's a lot of people that just write trends. So
Okay, let's bring up the best example that I know of, Metallica.
oh yeah,
Metallica is one of the best bands ever.
it's a big brand too.
But they started off with so much energy and then ended with like the worst commercialism ever. Like it's
Metallica.
all about like they put out new albums now and I'm just like, oh great, it's just another Metallica album. It's not like it used to be. Like,
it doesn't have that effect that it did. Because,
well, I don't even know either. I wasn't alive when the Metallica albums came out.
But then there's a point where you listen to them and then you listen because once
the first time, yeah.
you listen to them for the first time and there's a song that initially brings you into them. You're like, oh, I
Dude.
like this, and then eventually you find albums or you listen to your favorite albums and you come across the ones, and then if you really get nerdy, like I do sometimes, you'll be like, I wonder what their first shit was, and then you look up their first album, debut album, and you're like, oh shit. But some people get better with other albums. Sometimes the debut album
That's true.
isn't always the better album. Or
Like,
the
yeah,
most
there's
raw. Like sometimes it'll be raw or it might be like a little rough.
There's this band I really like called Children of Bodom.
Yeah.
Do I have it? Fuck no, I don't have it. Damn it. Their first album is really good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't define their sound, and it got better as it went along.
Yeah, there's like bands like that. There's a lot of bands like that. They sounded way better as they progress.
As they go on.
Metallica came off the bat just on some heavy shit. But what
Just
do you
amazing.
think? Do you think their first album was the most energetic, raw shit? Or you
Probably
think
the second album.
the one after they kicked out Dave Mustaine?
Yeah. And they actually technically kicked out Dave Mustaine.
During the first one.
Yeah,
right?
during the first one. But in the liner notes of the book of Kill 'Em All, it tells you which songs are actually by Dave Mustaine.
Oh, okay.
So like
They give him credit at least.
yeah, one of the most famous songs that I know by heart and everything is called "The Four Horsemen."
Yeah.
You ever heard that song?
I think so.
It's actually really famous because it came out on X-Men Apocalypse.
I'll think about a different song.
For-
Kill 'Em All though.
Yeah, for X-Men Apocalypse, right when because you know the story of Apocalypse, right? He brings together the Four Horsemen and X-Men. So he plays that song, and I'm just like, oh, that's so sick. But then I end up finding out I found out beforehand that Dave Mustaine wrote that song. And not only that, he since Metallica kicked him out, they had to rewrite the lyrics a little bit and do something different. Because Dave Mustaine ended up releasing another song just like it.
Oh, okay.
But it's called The Mechanic. And I don't know if this is true or not, but my theory is he even calls it The Mechanic because he's literally spitting in Metallica's face, be like, "This is how you fix a song.
Damn.
I'm the mechanic." And he fixed the song, and it's called The Mechanic, and it's the exact same song as the Four Horsemen.
Dave Mustaine was a beast, bro.
He's got it, dude. He created Megadeth.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. Megadeth
is so
shit.
Megadeth is a little.
Bro.
I honestly
can't
think
even play fucking. I try learning a Dave song and it's just fucking damn, dude.
I honestly think they're a little bit better than Metallica. A little bit.
Honestly,
better.
I feel like Metallica is really just that big brand, dude. I knew Metallica merchandise before I even heard a Metallica song. That's how much of a brand they were growing up to. And I even owned a fucking Metallica shirt before I even really knew
who Metallica was.
Yeah, who they really were and what the whole shit was. But man, they were a big fucking band, bro. They were a fucking brand, and that's why, like,
everybody knows Metallica.
Like,
I don't care who you are.
Megadeth is one of those bands. I feel like they did have an album where they try to like listen to the fans and give them what they wanted instead of following their own like shit. Because I mean, if you make that many albums, bro, Metallica has made countless albums, and so has Megadeth.
Okay, let's play it. I don't even know either, so let's do it together. Who do you think has more albums, Megadeth or Metallica? I honestly
think Megadeth.
I think Megadeth has more albums too.
Think Megadeth does
so
because Dave just has. I'm sure Dave just has riffs for Dave.
Megadeth album number. So 15.
15.
He has 15. American thrash metal band Megadeth has released 15 studio albums, 5 live albums, and 6 compilation albums. 1 EP, 14 one singles, 10 video albums, and 44 music videos. So damn. 15. And then Metallica.
I think Metallica might have it. No, I think they might have less. Because Dave's just
10.
10, yeah, say Dave's just a fucking machine, bro.
14 to 10. Holy fuck.
Oh, Dave is fucking a beast, bro. It's crazy because if they never kicked him out, it's fucked up, right? But if they never kicked him out, we would have never had any Megadeth. We would have never had David Elfinson and
fucking
and all the other people that came
who's
through.
A really, really famous Nick Mensa was a famous drummer for them. Nick Mensa.
Didn't he die though?
Really, yeah, he died maybe like a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
But Nick Mensa was a really famous drummer. But yeah, Dave Ellison and fucking even before then. Okay, that's a cool thing about Megadeth is that like Dave Mustaine is Megadeth and he found people to play with him.
Yeah.
Metallica is that group of friends that stuck together.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. That's Metallica and Megadeth.
They fucking stuck together, dude.
Bro, that's crazy though.
And they only kept switching the bass player. That's it.
That's it. After a while, it was just
Megadeth. He switched everything. He don't give a fuck.
Even Dave left for a while, and he had somebody else bassing for him. I think.
Dave's the guitar player. Oh yeah, Dave. Yeah, he left a long time ago too. He's changed everybody.
Yeah, they're all Christian now.
He's changed all of them.
Dude, that shit. I fucking watched that VH1 Behind the Music documentary about him and just all the drugs they fucking did, bro. And he was always having them do drugs with him and shit got so wild with that band. But bro, he was a fucking machine with them guitar riffs. Metallica's dope too, but you're right. They're like that group of friends that just kicked it, stayed together, and they had a homie that came through. They tried to take someone under the wing, but they became too toxic because they really did become, I guess, just way too toxic for them.
It was all about them. Yeah. Like they couldn't find. Well, now I don't know. They actually may have found their next guy because what's his name, Robert Trujillo.
Yeah,
Robert Trujillo is a recent bass player of Metallica, but he, where he came from. He comes from the band called Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh, what? Word? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
that's fucking dope.
So that's crazy to think about too. Is that they found because he's been with them for quite a while, longer than any other the bassists that I've known. So
for Megadeth.
Yeah, no, for Metallica.
For Metallica.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna replace. That's crazy. So what's gonna go back to Suicidal Tendencies, or is he just retiring?
No, I think he's done with that band.
He's just done.
Yeah, dude. Because you got to think of it, dude. It's a bigger cash cow.
Yeah.
Like Metallica is way bigger than Suicidal Tendency. Suicidal Tendency plays at the Sunshine Theater. Metallica plays at
the Sletta Amphitheater.
Yeah.
The bigger outdoor area.
All the time.
Of course, bro. Metallica. Fuck, if they came here, bro, I'd go see them, bro.
Jeremy is in chatting with us. What's up, Jeremy? Don't forget Marty Freeman and Chris Broderick. Those all came later. Dude, you got to come on the podcast so we could talk about this, dude. I know exactly the timeline of the Megadeth guitar players, so we'll talk some stuff, dude. And he said Robert Trujillo also wrote songs with Ozzy. So he's done a lot of stuff. You just said Oz, but I finished it. See, that's my dyslexic again.
Yeah,
But yeah, see, Robert Trujillo is a badass. Megadeth is a badass. Metallica's badass.
They're all badass bands, bro.
And it all started with the whole '80s scene, dude.
That's crazy.
The '80s metal thrash metal scene.
Yeah, there was the hair metal, then there was the thrash metal.
Because they actually didn't like each other either.
Oh yeah, it was a big old thing like that, man. It was like I compared to mumble rappers and lyrical rappers.
Yeah,
like that whole shit. Because one's been like thrash was new too, though. So I'm pretty sure there's people that might have been hating on that shit too. Like people that like the other, like because what the fuck was there before Metallica or Megadeth? It sounded like them,
like Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Black Sabbath.
But it wasn't as fucking
as fast,
fueled and fast as fucking Metallica and Megadeth, bro. Yeah. I listened to some of their songs, like, because I was a hip hop cat first before I was rock. Yeah. So I know more about my like hip hop and rap shit than I do like rock. But I just remember fucking thinking like, yo, before fucking Metallica and shit like that, there's nobody else like doing it like that. Black Sabbath, I heard some Black Sabbath and they're pretty dope. I can see how they got inspired by like a lot of people got inspired by that.
Yeah, because they even say too that Black Sabbath was technically the first metal band.
The first metal band?
Heavy metal band.
The heavy metal band.
Yeah, that actually played off of a thing called the diminished fifth chord.
Yeah.
So they actually played off of that sad note. Because technically in like choirs and shit like that, you don't hear that. You don't hear the diminished fifth in music. And when you're playing musical theory and stuff like that, it's all happy, cheery majors.
Oh, okay. It's because
so
the
happy.
Fifth is a fucking...
It's a dark note.
Fuck yeah.
Supposedly, in like medieval times and stuff, you would get killed.
If you played that shit.
Yeah, because
accidentally hit the diminished
you're
fifth,
fucking bringing the devil.
and you're getting diminished on
You're
the spot.
bringing the devil,
Diminish
dude.
your life.
We don't
shit.
deal with that shit.
It's the devil's note.
But
damn, that's wild as fuck, bro.
Little did we know, fucking, it ends up becoming the most intricate thing ever.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
now we add it to music. Now it's an essential part of heavy metal, dude.
Heavy metal, that's crazy. That note, it comes from that note. That's pretty cool.
Jeremy says Black Sabbath and Kiss I consider the original gods of metal. I don't know too much about Kiss, but Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
I don't know about Kiss. Kiss is dope though. The only reason why I don't like Kiss is because they're a fucking brand now.
They've been a brand, dude. Kiss.
What the fuck, dude? Let's get some
I was so mad.
Kiss lipstick.
I went to that fucking restaurant, Rockin' Brews, which is supposed to be Gene Simmons. Like I went with
and
Jeremy.
Paul Stanley.
And Paul Stanley. I went with Jeremy. And I was trying to get a picture for me and him, and they wouldn't let us get a picture because we had to be with 3 people or more. And it was like this overpriced, bougie, like rock and roll restaurant. Like it was just a bunch of like upper class people.
It looks like my room.
It was basically a little bit more fancy and shit like that. It was a little bit more bougie.
Hey.
And I was like, what the fuck? Because we couldn't even get a picture like for like me and another homie. You had to have a party of 3. I'm like, what kind of rock and roll shit is this? Ain't no rock and roll shit. The fuck? I was like, can't get a fucking picture for me and another homie. Like, they should let you fucking get pictures for yourself. It's a rock and roll place. Like if I had a hip hop club and I was always rapping about some like heavy shit,
right? Have a fucking graffiti artist, and then just be like, take a picture right there.
I'd be like, I'd have some markers and spray cans. Like, feel free to spray some shit
all the time, or just have those canvases, those fucking big ol' ass canvases.
Yeah, they just let people go nuts on them.
Yeah, I think that would be dope.
And then sell it, because people would buy that shit. Millennials would be like, oh yeah, this is so fucking artsy.
I'm having fun.
Oh my god. Let's get it in my fucking Prius somehow, some way.
Honey, how can I buy this?
But man, that's fucking. So that's why I like music history. I feel like if I was to ever be a teacher, I could probably be like a music history teacher. Because I just like stories too. I think sometimes the story is what gets me into a band. Like I'll hear about some crazy stories about musicians or watch a documentary about one. The next thing you know, you're listening to their music.
One of my favorite things about rap music that I love is the beef.
All the beefs?
Yeah,
Some
dude.
people got famous with beef.
I saw this documentary a long time ago called Beef. It was on.
It's like an old ass fucking.
It's an old school documentary, but fucking one of the first beefs that it was talking about was KRS-One.
Oh,
and Busy Bee, I think so, right? Or no. What's that guy's name? Fucking
Scott LaRock.
Yeah, Scott LaRock.
Because KRS-One. Because there was this whole.
The bridge is over.
The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Yeah.
Or no, the South Bronx was the first one.
Because there's this whole hip hop was made in the Bronx. Like it was.
That's what they say.
That's what they say, and a lot of Bronx people claim that shit.
Yeah.
I have a homie from New York who was a straight up New York cat, like Tim's and all that shit, and he was telling me about that whole song. And he was like, he thinks, yeah, man, hip hop was birthed in the Bronx. And there's that whole debate of where if it was Brooklyn or the Bronx, but I think it really did start in the Bronx or somewhere in New York, you know.
I think that's where it kind of originated.
But like, yeah, man, definitely originated. Well, there's a lot of history behind the whole aspect of even rapping and that stuff. I guess it was like a game too. I hear that it was a game they used to play in African culture, and that like in New York cats, they would like eventually adopt it into like hip hop. The early stages of hip hop is crazy.
Okay.
But oh man, my fucking eye.
Is that Corona?
Oh, it's fucking allergies.
That's the fucking eczema, dude. It's
eczema.
fucking spreading, dude. See, this is why I didn't want you on the podcast.
Eczema.
Fuck.
Dying.
Fuck. Where's an evil sound?
Bwah, bwah, bwah. I think that's the evil sound, bro.
I don't know. I don't have
saw
any.
some video game shit.
Oh, I do. Yeah, there is one. Look, there he is.
That's the Corona laughing.
Oh my god, it's after us, everybody.
It's Corona in my body laughing.
But anyways, fucking rap, dude. It has a good history. That in itself has a dope history too.
The whole shit.
But the beef was always my favorite. I got into that. Some of my favorite beefs were Ice Cube and
Cypress Hill.
yeah, that was a good one.
Hill.
And that other one too. He fucking beefs with everybody.
Ooh.
Ice Cube and Common.
Oh yeah, there was Ice Cube in Common because
The bitch in you.
because
The bitch in you.
I think Ice Cube had a problem about
A song that Common.
because
wrote.
Common made a song called "I Used to Love Her" or "I Used to Know." I think it was "I Used to Love Her."
Something about a chick that.
Yeah, it's a metaphor rap song, and the chick is basically like the embodiment of hip hop, and it talks about how the different phases. Because hip hop, when it first came out, was really just like barbecue, like fun shit, you know. Then eventually it went around, man.
Was
it got
poetry
big.
and
it was
actual
like poetry. Well, at first it was just some fun shit they did at parties and shit like that. Then eventually it became more artistic, and people were doing it in a different, like, you know, rapping, taking it a little bit more serious. And then it got big, and then you had the Sugar Hill Gang and all them other like a hip, a hop, a hippie to the hip, like all them early hip hop songs. Then you had African Bambaataa, Run DMC, that really also became a brand eventually. Because I remember seeing Run DMC shits all over the place too back in the day. But yeah, man, it was like really, yeah, hip hoppy culture. It was like East Coast, and then eventually people from the West Coast were trying to rap like East Coast people. Then eventually they just started rapping like themselves, talking about the shit they did in the South or in the West Coast. And then you had gangsta rap born. Then gangsta rap was born. Because hip hop in the East Coast was really lyrical. It wasn't talking about, like, it had some gangsta shit they talked about, but it wasn't necessarily like how West Coast gangsta rap is. Like how you hear them straight talk about gang banging and all that shit. In New York, it was just really just, rapping about some shit. It was really lyrical, deep. It was more like empowerment and like fun. And then in the West Coast, it was like real gangsta. And then they talk. That's why Common made that song about how I used to love her, and when he's talking about how hip hop has just changed and become so many different things. It started off like this natural, pure poetry thing, then it became this gangsta. So it's like, but they're using the metaphor of a girl, like how I used to know you used to be book smart, this and that. Now you hanging out with a bunch of gangsters, drinking 40, smoking blunts.
Yeah,
like,
okay, now I remember.
Yeah, because like listen to early hip hop, like listen to like A Tribe Called Quest, KRS-One, listen to like all them Run DMC, fucking. Damn, so many classics. Slick Rick. Just listen to that style, and then listen to like early gangster rap, like fucking
I love
NWA,
Public Enemy, fucking Nas.
Public Enemy. Well, Public Enemy was like political,
but they still told you what was going on.
Yeah,
in
that was
the
going on, but they
streets.
weren't really like their whole aspect wasn't talking about smoking blunts and fucking bitches. It was really like political, like
Yeah, but like nigga, like people getting killed in the streets.
Yeah, but it was talking about
through.
like that thing, but it wasn't like when you hear gangster rap from Cali, like when it first came out, Like you hear like in the East
See
Coast,
how influential that shit is?
like in the East Coast, it was talking about like like it found a dead body in the street or like homie got killed in the street. And fucking West Coast shit, it was like I rolled up on the motherfucker, drive by on the motherfucker. Like they talk about the shit they do.
I kill you and your family.
Out. Like listen to MC8, you saying some hardcore shit compared to like somebody like East Coast or even Midwest like Common because he was from Chicago, really.
Really.
Yeah, but yeah, all those beefs. Some of these beefs get rappers famous too. That's what also. Like I don't know how things work in the rock and roll world like that.
Well, they don't. They
don't really like rock and roll people. Don't really beef.
But there are some beefs, though.
There are some beefs.
So
but it's
you know
like,
the song from "Smoke on the Water" is actually a beef song.
Is it?
"Smoke on the Water," dude?
And they want smoke on the water. What was like a fucking?
No, like it talks about, I guess, an old band that fucked up back in Montreal, where they actually burned down a house and they fucked up the scene there. And it's like they even talk about like a band that was really famous there, like. You go watch Frank Zappa and the Mothers. We all came out to Mantra on the lake between the shore lights. And then he explains about some stupid with the flare gun burning place to the ground.
Damn.
Yeah, so somebody fucked up that spot.
They shot a flare gun like up in the echo in the wrong way and they just...
And then even fucking Leonard Skinner
in
Sweet Home Alabama, he calls out fucking Neil Diamond.
Does he?
Yeah, he's like, and I hope Neil Diamond will remember a Southern man don't get around anyhow. Like literally, just
dropping little sneak distance in there.
And I honestly feel a lot of the Metallica and Megadeth songs did do that.
Yeah, do you think they just took shots at each other? I feel like Dave Mustaine probably more than
Metallica. There's this one song by Dave Mustaine. He'll never play it anymore because he's a fucking devoted Christian. But there's a song called "Go to Hell." And in the song, there's this one part where it has the same lines as Metallica's song "Enter the Sandman." Because you know, in the beginning or at the middle, where it's like, "Now I lay you down to sleep, lay my soul to rest. If I die before I wake, pray my soul to rest." And then, "Hush a little, baby, don't say a word."
Yeah,
you know, it goes into that. In the Megadeth song, it's like, "Now I lay you down to sleep. Blah, 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 my soul to keep." So I honestly feel that's a diss.
Blah, blah. Is that
exactly the line?
Blah, blah.
Blah, 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 my soul to take.
Damn. Shots.
I honestly thought, so every time I listen. But that song will never be in his repertoire, in his actual repertoire anymore at all. He'll never play that song. I heard about
Five Magics and like certain songs, but I read some shit not too long ago that said he started playing certain songs again.
Well, yeah, he'll never play "Go to Hell," dude.
Yeah, probably not.
Go to Hell?
Yeah, he's a Christian, man. They're all Christian too. David too, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about Marty and them. I don't think Marty's not even in the band.
Yeah, Marty's gone, dude. He's in Japan, dude. He lives in Japan.
I remember reading a magazine about him, like it was like a Guitar World magazine. It was just interviewing him.
He actually did a fucking... I used to watch this on YouTube. It was old, though, but he did a game show in Japan where it's actually like a guitar game show.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, where you... Okay, one of the things where, like, you would reach into a bag, pull out a ball, and it had a letter, and so you would have to play a riff of that right away. So it'd be like B, and then you'd be like... play a Black Sabbath riff. And the person across from me, you'd have to guess it right away. So I'd be like, B... and then there's like, you guess it, and then, hooray, you got it! And it gets all crazy. So it was so fun to watch that. But
I feel like you'd have to have a really good knowledge of your rock music and songs and guitar riffs to know that shit.
Yeah, especially if you have to play them and stuff.
Because if I did that with the knowledge that I have, I'd lose. I probably wouldn't get very far.
I think you'd do kind of decent, though.
I'd probably do decent as long as it was like within the bands I knew.
Yeah, okay, so the example, if you had a bucket from A to Z, you pull out a letter, all you have to do is name the band.
Oh, like...
You think you can do one letter of each band from A to Z?
I mean, I would probably... I guess if there's that helps you, it would be a little bit easier. But I don't know as many songs. Like, if somebody pulls that letter and I'm the one guessing, like, okay, they're playing the riff and I'm just guessing it, I'd be like, I don't know. I might know some of them songs. But I'm like, okay, it starts with the B. I'm going to guess, like, to the bands that I know, like, what the fuck? What band? I know Black Sabbath, Beatles, I could tell certain bands apart, but I think like if somebody got really like because there's like
because that's all they play is a guitar riff too. So
they
like
play the guitar riff. So if like
sometimes when I'm listening to music, I'm like, who is this? And then I'll hear the vocal and I'll be like, oh, I know who this is right away.
Yeah,
just hear it right away.
Because if I'm usually paying attention to something else that's not the guitar riff, because some songs I'm paying attention to the vocals more than I am the guitar riff or the other instrumental, and vice versa. But my knowledge of rock music and rock songs like that, I don't really have that much in depth other than to the shit that I've been listening to. Like, I can probably recognize any System of a Down riff, like, off the bat.
Jeremy just said Mechanics by Megadeth and the Four Horsemen by Metallica, same riff, just saying. I know, dude, we just talked about that. You're like way behind. Is there a lag on this? Are you like a minute behind or something?
That's funny.
No, but yeah, that like I was saying again, Jeremy. I honestly feel that's why Megadeth calls it Mechanic, because he's like, I'm just gonna fix this song.
Fix this song.
Yo, and he does it faster.
Bro, Dave Mustaine's a fucking freak on that guitar, dude.
He's a beast, but he kind of turned into like, well, no, I don't know.
He gets old. People, are you talking about like people get older?
I think he's like cocky.
Oh, you think he's like cocky by the style? Probably can't play, but he can't play like he used to. He slowed down. Like he's not as fucking as he used to be. I mean, I fucking love his music and shit, his guitar. But bro, everybody gets old. Yeah, at one point you're fucking just hitting fucking riffs like easily, like nothing. And there's probably now times where you're hitting wrists and your fucking wrist is like arthritis. Oh,
or you can feel it.
You can feel it. When you're young, when he was young, bro, and doing all those drugs, bro, all them 8-ball, speed balls, heroin, bro, crack, drinking,
all night,
bro, he was going fucking ham, bro. That's why he didn't ever felt shit like when he was young. That's why probably all caught up with him now.
You know what's crazier though? Is that the glam metal scene from the metal scene was way more
worse with the drugs and shit.
And partying.
Oh, yeah, because
they had the bitches.
They had the females.
So many.
Bro, they had some, like, that was their, like, because that's what a lot of them, like, bitches like. Is they like that lifestyle of fucking partying, looking good.
Weed.
Like
I love
drugs
weed too.
And all that shit, man. So, and you got thrash metal motherfuckers. They're more really just, like, masculine, more, like, brutal, more, like, don't give a fuck attitude. And some girls like that shit too, so they had their girls too. Like, fuck yeah. But glam probably had a lot more variety of bad bitches.
Glam killed it, dude.
You probably had a lot more bad bitches in the glam scene than you did in the metal scene. Like, there, of course, there was some bad rock and metal bitches, definitely. But, bro, compared to glam, that's like hip-hop. When you think about it, if you think of, like, straight lyrical hip-hop, you got some pretty attractive females. But when it comes to, like, that mumble shit nowadays, or just that trap music nowadays, more. Bro, it attracts way more fine. That's why a lot of motherfuckers like that shit, bro. Because of the attention they get from, like, the opposite sex, bro. It's attractive on both ends. Like, if you a fucking gangsta ass, drug dealing, selling motherfucker, wearing 20 chains, has a different whip, it attracts that kind of attention from those kind of women. When you're just, like, a lyrical, like, conscious motherfucker that's not really in the mix of that shit, you'll attract a different type of, like, woman, too. So, but it's always the drugs, the clothes, like the glamorous shit that attracts the badder bitches. Because, like, females want to be like, those kind of people want to be attractive. They want to look good. So they try a lot harder. They focus more on that. Like, people that listen, like, you know, like maybe rock and roll cats, more like, you know, political bands are probably more conscious about what they think about. You know, they're more into, like, deeper conversations and self-isolation and that kind of shit. They're more, like, introverted in some sense, right? And, like, a cat who's just on some partying bullshit.
Yeah. Like, Jeremy was right as well, too. That's the main reason why I love glam metal. That's why I love glam metal, but he also said I only appreciate the guitar players in glam. But if you've ever noticed, they have the most... That's what really started really intricate shred guitar.
Was glam?
Glam metal guitarists were fucking amazing at the guitar, dude. They fucking really shredded amazing, dude.
Yeah.
There's so many great guitar players from the glam metal scene that just made everybody else step up their game.
Yeah.
I don't care who they were, like, literally.
Some people don't want to admit that shit, man. Like, even Pantera was glam before they were fucking Pantera.
That's so true.
That's a trip, because I only known Pantera to be fucking, you know, the hardcore
straight up metal
band that they were, and then they used to be glam, and you see pictures of them all hair metaled out. I'm like, whoa, damn, that's crazy.
A little bit of makeup and shit.
Fucking little bit of makeup and shit, bro. That shit was getting bitches. Like, that's the thing about, like, hip-hop culture, that whole... They were giving motherfuckers shit for wearing, like, skinny jeans and tight clothes and shit like that. But, man, some of these dudes are getting bitches because of that shit. Like, it's a sacrifice you make, right? Either you fucking stay macho or whatever to earn the respect of your boys or whatever.
I wish you would have seen our band, dude. I wish you'd have seen when we played.
That'd been dope.
Because that's what we used to do, is like, I used to wear tights and take off our shirts.
Just wear tight jeans. Like,
no, not even tight jeans. Like fucking
like tights,
leggings,
like leggings and
leggings.
Shit. Just take your shirts off,
dude, and have our shirts off. But we would play intense death metal.
Yeah,
we would play death metal, but look like glam.
Look like glam.
Oh, dude, that fucking everyone would always tell us shit like, "What are you guys doing up there?" But just like fucking, it got people's attention.
Oh yeah,
and that was the beautiful part about it.
Yeah, there's some gimmicks like that. That's pretty fucking funny, or some shit like that because you don't expect. Because nowadays you don't expect it, man. It was a little bit more. Like if you were a glam, like they always thought you were gay or like homosexual with it. Nah, bro. It's just, bro. Like I'm saying, there's motherfuckers that rather like look like masculine and machismo. And there's motherfuckers that don't care. They'd rather look stylish and whatever attracts. Like it's like birds. Like peacocks are male peacocks are the one with all the pretty fucking feathers and shit like that. Male peacocks are the ones that have all them colors and shit. Females are just dull. They don't really have all of that. And it's them. So it's like. Men and like human, they can attract too. Like if you dress up all certain way, bro. Like if I lost a little bit more weight, start wearing tighter pants, cut my hair on the side again, did that whole comb over shit, and just fucking wear some tight shit, bro. Take my shirt off. I don't know, man. Like, wax my shit. Like you just played some shit or even just rapped and had bars. Like because rappers are on that shit too. Or like you see them wearing skinny jeans, some shit like that. It looks kind of feminine, but they fucking. Some rappers really have some bars and they have some lyrics and they're killing that shit.
They're doing some
shit. Some of them really do have bars, but the whole image thing isn't like because it's you come from like lyrical East Coast rappers that dress a certain way, Timbs and New York caps, and like they're a little bit more tough, and you like straight gangsta motherfuckers from the East Coast where they're wearing their shit, and then you just have out of nowhere these mumble rappers wearing like skinny jeans, wearing girl shirts, sometimes even women's clothing, and they're just doing their own thing, wearing dresses, like,
right? Or they're wearing fucking Metallica or Megadeth shirts.
Yeah, now they're going rocker. Now there's like a sub genre of hip hop or the rap that's just like motherfuckers that really like rock music, and they try to have that more image of rock, and like it's like they're like that douchey like new metal like rock dude. Like that metal, like a Limp Bizkit douchey kind of bag, like kind of dude like that.
Yeah.
But like all tatted up, like Drink Monster beanie and that kind of shit.
They fucking, I know who you're talking about too. Have you ever heard of a guy named Ghostmane?
Yeah.
Like something like that. That's how I see it.
Like fucking, now you got all these skinny fucking.
Suicide Boys.
Super tatted up. Well, no, it's like. Well, no, that's like, some heavy. Yeah, that's some like metal sounding shit. Like.
But then they rap. Like there's rap inside of that. That's I don't.
They're trying to be more melodic with the rapping now because they're not focusing so much on just like killing shit with just straight rhythm. They want to sound melodic. They want to have like Post Malone is kind of one of those examples too. His music has changed a lot since when he first came out, but he sounded like. A really catchy trap rapper at first, and then he kind of just, I'm a savage. Like all the songs he's making now is really like
more like lyrical, not lyrical, but like melody.
Soft shit. It's melodic. It's like soft. It kind of reminds me of some like indie shit, like some '80s indie shit. Yeah. But he's doing good. His music is good. Like I like some of his songs and stuff like that. But like there's that whole direction that all these like musicians are going, and like they even made a song out Rockstar with fucking 21 Savage. Like a lot, even 21 Savage, skinny fucking dude, all tatted up. He almost looks like some rock and roll dude. Like a lot of these cats just look like that now. They're wearing skinny jeans, tight shirts, or they're just like.
What's his name? Machine Gun Kelly. He dressed like that all crazy.
Yeah, man.
Well, he has that whole persona.
But even the glam people, they were skinny as fuck. They're wearing almost the same shit in a way, but they were just like,
cooler.
Like the glam scene, bro, back in the day, all that shit, that whole culture, it's just like, it's almost, hip-hop is almost doing the same thing. At first, it's like, because before metal, it was just rock and roll, or whatever. It came before that, before it got really heavy, but that was like the standard back in the day. Then slowly you saw it go into something different, and then break off into different things. but you still have great musicians in every single one of those genres. That's why we have famous glam rock musicians. That's why we have fucking famous metal people. Just like hip hop has famous Young Thug. Look at Young Thug.
Yeah, those guys will still be in the history books, unfortunately. Like you'll always know about 21 Savage even 10 years from now.
You probably will. There's gonna be some cats that you're gonna
Post Malone, you'll probably always know.
Nah, those are always gonna. People are always gonna know about Post Malone. Post Malone.
He's kind of got some originality to him too.
He does. He does.
How he came up and shit like that. He's not just like, you know, oh, I'm a rapper that tried to do thug stuff and shit like that. He actually did a bunch of dumb Twitch videos and stuff.
I heard he used to do something like dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
That made me laugh. I was like, see, you don't really need to come. We're in that era. Hip hop's in the era where you don't have to be a gangster anymore to like be relevant
to the genre.
And there's a lot of motherfucking gangster relevant motherfuckers right now that are still out there. But like with the generations and everything, people can finally be themselves a little bit more. People are finally like all these subgenres like crazy. We're living in a crazy age with music because rock was like that really big staple of music for a while. Like it was all about rock and roll, metal, and then hip hop started bleeding into the scene, and then slowly hip hop and rap started just taking the fuck over, bro. To now it's the most popular music
in America.
In America, yeah.
That's the saddest part to think about that too.
Well,
in America,
it was birthed in America. Something like that was birthed here, like created here, popularized here, bro.
So obviously it's gonna be really.
It's gonna be like it's like comedy. Like Dave Chappelle said that there's no other country out there that produces as many comedians as it does in America. There's like not a fucking comedy club somewhere that doesn't have a view that's represented in some form of comedy.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of us out here too. So in other countries you don't have as many. Like I try to listen to some Mexican stand-up comedians. They're just straight up Mexican, and they're funny. But it's just like America is just I don't know what it is about America.
It's a staple point. Like
a staple point.
A lot of people say actually that stand-up comedy was invented here.
Yeah, I believe it.
It was invented here, and then it just got perfected, and then even everywhere else you go, like we're the blueprint of how stand-up comedy should be done.
People follow, a lot of other countries probably follow formulas, and they try to adapt to their own shit. But then it's because English, it's the language we know. If we were born anywhere else, but it's just not the same because we have our whole freedom of speech. I'm sure if like you were in a different country and you try to do some stand-up comedy, some shit, you probably get killed by the government.
But it's even harder now, though, especially with
all that,
with censorship and...
Oh, it's even better time to get even more wild, bro, because you have everybody trying to press and culture and or cancel culture and people trying to cancel each other and all that other bullshit.
I think it's a little bit harder because there's less people like me and you and more people that want to just silence us.
Yeah, there's way more people like that, of course, because not everybody's on the same wavelength.
Or do you think it's just like those people are just going with the masses? Maybe they do want to laugh.
There's some people that are... No, there's sheeps. There's people that are a little bit more aware than the regular amount of sheep people. But there's people that don't want to... They don't want to go against the river. You know, they have a feeling. There's people like me and you that go against the river. You have people that like know, hey, there's different ways to do it, but they like to follow the bigger, more popular, maybe whatever. Like they're more used to that because maybe they grew up with that more. But they know that there's actually more. But I'm gonna just follow this trend instead. I'm not brave enough to make my own stand.
Okay.
Or go in my own direction. But yeah, there's a lot of people like that. So you're battling two people at the same time too. And three if you count yourself in, because to like hold yourself together while you're getting all this heat, because it's different when nothing's being directed at you and you hear motherfuckers getting tore up for something they say and you're like, man, they don't need to apologize. But then when that energy's shot at you, it's a whole different thing. So you're like also battling yourself and you're battling them sensitive ass motherfuckers like, oh, you said that shit, it's not funny. It's not funny. I'm like, damn, then why the fuck is you here? Like, there's people that just go places that know they're gonna be bothered, they're gonna be like not with it, and they go anyways so they can be bothered, so they can make a big deal. I'm like, why the fuck would you even do that? Like, it's stupid. It's dumb as fuck. But yeah, I forgot what the fuck I said.
There was that rant. There it was. Yeah.
I forgot what the fuck I was saying, man. What are you talking about again, man?
Maiden Price, if you're still here, yes, we were drinking tequila, and yes, this Cabo Wabo, baby. I love Cabo Wabo.
Oh, yeah, sensitive motherfucker, that's right. But like I said, it's like, it's a better time to even be more aggressive. Like, you got people that are like testing you, so what better way now to really find out how you can hang? Because, people make good points. If you're trying to do things like entertainment, like especially comedy is one of those big ones. Those big ones that you got to have some like cojones and some mental strength to not just break the fuck down. Because imagine you say a joke and somebody generally gets up and starts getting offended and starts yelling.
Yeah, or wants to fight you.
Or wants to, and you're just like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to be that motherfucker. That I don't want to apologize for anything I ever have to say on stage. Unless I really went, like, way the fuck out of, like, I pull a fucking Kramer and shit like that. Something wild as fuck that would obviously be due for, like, an apology. But if I believe in what I'm doing, like in a set and shit like that, and somebody gets offended, I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to have to apologize. And like, you come to a place, and comedy is subjective, but if you come to a place where you're going to hear somebody's, most of the time comedians are really just about their opinions. They're talking about shit that they see or how they feel about it or how they interpret it. You're listening to somebody else's perspective, and it's not always going to be with your aligned with the shit that you like. It might even like offend you. You might be a dog person, and the person telling jokes say, "Man, fuck dogs and fuck dog people." And you're like, "I'm fucking own the dog and fuck you." Like, I'm sorry about it. Like, how you gonna react to that shit? Like, hecklers and all that stuff, bro. You got to be on your toes for something like that. And it's not everybody, man. Not everybody's built that way. Yeah. Not everybody can just take some shit and just keep rolling, bro. Like, fuck, bro.
Yeah, that's some.
It like almost excites me, man, to get in there and just get it out there, man.
Like you said, that's some mental fortitude. It's got to be strong.
Yeah, you got to be strong, man. It takes some fucking shit, bro. You got to really just stick to your guns. Because a lot of people will go out there and then get washed away by the fucking shit the crowd says. Like, I don't want to be making an apology. Like Kevin Hart, when they flexed him for the whole gay comments. When they fucking look at old tweets of shit you said back in the day. Like, that's so ridiculous.
Yeah, see, you shouldn't even be afraid of what you used to say.
I mean, you can grow because there's growing. Like, you should know you can grow, and even so, whatever. It's comedy. Like, don't take it too serious. It's there to take away some of the seriousness in certain things to relieve that fucking like tension. You know, that's why people like humor. That's why people like to laugh, man. You be mad about some shit. The next thing you know, if you laugh, and then you fucking completely forgot what you was mad about. You feel a lot better now. Now you just threw yourself in a good mood. Some people are like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm just gonna be mad. Nah, he said this shit. Oh no. I hope one day, bro. I hope one day I'm doing open mic and some chick or somebody just starts going off about something I say.
Yeah, that I don't know. I
want to see how I can handle that. Like, I want to be tested in that kind of strength sometimes too. Like, you know, of course I want to have good shows and do good bits.
But still,
it'd be
even if it's a good show or a good bit, and that person is offended or whatever, you still want to feel how to deal with that.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
How to brush it, how to engage. If I want to engage it a certain way, just know all the different ways I can engage. I can either be really aggressive with this motherfucker or just like try to like, yo, you know what, shut the fuck up.
So like, it happened to me once already. I did a show, but it was already a show that there was nobody there.
Yeah.
So what was happening is like the host was trying to get more people to come in. So it was just me, my friend, 2 other comedians, and Kevin, the guy who's running the show. And then all of a sudden, we were at this place called the Trick Lodge. You'd have to come check it out, but it's downtown on 2nd and Gold.
Okay.
And there was nobody, and he was about to start the show, and all of a sudden they're like, oh well, I'm going to go outside and see if I can get more people to come in. And he brought this, like, I don't know, literally looked like a homeless guy fucking just off the street.
Hey, man, you want a free drink? Yeah, man.
Come watch some comedy. So he come watch some comedy, and I was doing my set.
What's comedy?
And I started to, like, roast him. I was like, hey, man, how old are you? And he didn't say anything. I was like, you look like you're 40, man. What the hell? How do I look better than you?
Damn.
And then he got so upset, he threw a lighter at me.
A lighter, damn, bro.
Yeah, dude. And I was just like,
damn, bro.
I didn't know what to say. But I just kept going on. It was just like, well, obviously somebody's offended by the joke.
Throws shit at you, man.
But it was just one person. Like, I was thought it was so stupid.
It's like you to make a scene.
Yeah.
Nobody around.
After the show, though, he was cool. He's just like, yeah, that was pretty funny. I was like, what? He
probably got offended in the moment and then cooled down to realize, okay, that was funny. Because, like, sometimes you might catch a motherfucker, like, in the moment.
I was so confused. I was like, what the fuck?
Like, something might piss me off now, but make me laugh, like, later. Like, man.
What's up, real gay girl? How's it going?
Real gay girl.
He says, hey, guys.
Real gay girl.
That's what he says, real gay girl. The real gay girl just joined us. Thank you for joining. We're here hanging out, just chilling with Soy Swervin'.
Soy Swervin'.
Getting drunk, dude. I don't even want to take another shot. I'll be drunk, dude.
You'll be drunk.
If I take
drinking that wine cooler and shit.
Yeah, but if I take one more shot, just
Some cobble wobble.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're down to take another shot, you can, but I'm not fucking with that shit no more. Face down in Cabo Wabo, bro. Thank you guys for joining. You guys are awesome. Hey, if you guys have any topics or anything you guys want us to talk about, just throw them in the comment section. We're just here hanging out, having a few drinks. We're talking about what's trending on Twitter. And one of the things that I saw was Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg was trending.
Yeah, poor Will Smith. Did you hear about that whole mess?
What about Will Smith?
Man, there's a bunch of wild shit, actually. There's a lot of people mad that people talking about Will Smith and Jada. And then, because there's like kids being sent off in cabinets.
Joe Rogan is actually trending too.
Joe Rogan's always trending, man.
With fucking Bob Saget was on his
Yeah, dude, I was watching a little bit of it. It was pretty cool.
Bob Saget. Yeah, I didn't finish watching it either. I start watching it at work, and then I feel like people get annoyed. They're like, "Why fuck you listening to this shit? We're supposed to be listening to music while we work."
I know. That's funny because, well, the cool thing is I only work with one other person, like how you at your building, and then dude's he's usually down to listen to what I listen to.
Yeah.
We like the same shit.
I don't care what anybody says. I pretty much control the radio anyways.
Yeah. So like, if I bring my cable, motherfucker, the fucking little stereo at the place I work at is Bluetooth, and I found out it works really good with my Apple phone. So I was like, bloop bloop. Yeah. Nobody else's phone really picks it up, or they don't try to. So when I get at work, I just take over too.
Right away,
bro. That's what I like, man. I like the kitchen. That's what makes my day. Some days I'll be watching fucking video game reviews or completionist videos.
Just getting shit.
Like lately, I've been getting really nerded out on some video games, man. Like I can't wait till I get paid because I'm about to buy a bunch of video games, man. And I rarely ever get into them, man. I don't play like I used to, man. I used to just sit for hours and play some dope ass shit and be able to just burn so much time. But now I want to do more shit, so I have like less peace when I'm trying to play a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I feel like I should be doing something else.
No, I feel you. Yeah.
So it's nice that every once in a while I'll get like really in the mood to just relax and just kick it to myself, smoke some shit, and just play. And the Switch is the perfect thing for me, bro. I love the Switch. My little brother just dropped the PS4, so I got that too. But bro, honestly, I'm about to like drop a couple of games for the Switch. Like they got the Dark Souls remastered on the Switch for like $40. I'm about to get that shit.
Dope.
I might get a Mario game just to have one.
Dope.
Well, I have Super Smash Brothers, but I got bored after a while. Like,
yeah,
you can only play it so much.
The classics, dude. Fucking Mario Kart or Mario Party. Those are always two good ones to have. I still don't have Mario Party, but I have Mario Kart.
I love Mario Party, man. I used to love that shit when I was a kid. One of my favorite.
Start fights, dog.
Bro, it would start fights, bro. I thought Super Smash. Fighting games usually cause more fights, bro. I remember Mortal Kombat almost tore up with some friendships, dude.
But not when fucking Mario Party hit the scene.
Oh, dude, I haven't played Mario Party with people like in a group in a long time, dude. I can't even remember, honestly.
Old school.
If it was like at somebody with the Wii, or if it was literally like back in the day in the 64 days.
64, that's what I remember the most.
Maybe the GameCube. I think GameCube. Mario Party was the last Mario Party that I ever played.
On the GameCube.
Because that was the last Nintendo thing that I owned for a while before I ended up getting a Switch. Because after that, it was Xboxes and PlayStations.
You didn't own any Wiis or anything like that?
My brother did.
Yeah.
But I got into it a little bit, but then I kind of didn't get into it as much. Because I didn't have the money to really... I just didn't want to buy a Wii. I guess I did have the money. I just never gave a fuck about the Wii.
Not a big investment.
Not a big investment. Only certain games, like Metroid Prime, was the reason I actually wanted to get a fucking GameCube in the first place when I was like younger. Because I remember I had a homie. I went to his house and he had a GameCube already. And he had Metroid Prime. And that was like the big one that I wanted. I was like, what? It looks so dope. Do you ever just go to a homie's house and you watch them play a video game and they make it look so good?
You're just like, I want that.
I want that. I was one of those kids with video games. That's how I came across a lot of video games. I just watched somebody else's house, watch them play it, and I'm like, that looks so fucking dope. I'm gonna get that for myself.
That's dope.
And fucking Metroid was one of those games. So, but the Switch, bro, it's perfect. I'm gonna get some games.
Little shoot. I'll shoot you. Says, what about Duck Hunt?
Duck Hunt, man. If I pay for fucking Nintendo, so I get the store, so I get the classic Nintendo games and the Super Nintendo games now, so I can play Star Fox for the Super Nintendo.
Really?
I didn't even know fucking Star Fox was on Super Nintendo. I didn't know if Star Fox went that far back. I thought 64 was its origins. Its origins, and I was like, nah, it was like fucking Super Nintendo. I was like, that's some wild shit.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. But Duck Hunt, damn. If only if I had the gun. Duck Hunt's only fun when you used to have the pistol. Like, regular Duck Hunt with the joystick isn't as fun as it fucking was.
It makes no sense.
Nah. It's like, you gotta have the certain games, you just gotta have that shit. I guess they have the motion. If you hook it up to the TV, you can kind of like probably That's what I like about the Switch. You can take it out and have two little remotes.
Yeah, or have, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Or one big, put it to like an adapter so it feels more like a fucking video game controller instead of just like, because sometimes my hands will cramp up holding the Switch.
Yeah, I don't like it that big either. Especially when I'm playing more, I'm just like, fuck it, I'll just put it on the TV. That feels more comfortable.
Exactly. But even if I'm being lazy and I don't even like sit up to look at TV, that's when I'll play it like that. But you can also just take it off and then put it on the Switch and then just have it stand up somewhere. I'll be lazy as fuck to the TV. But that's probably what I'm gonna do. Once I get Dark Souls, I'll probably play it on the TV.
Yeah, that one probably be a good game to play on TV.
Yeah.
What else you planning to get on there?
I don't know, man. There was this Super Mario and Rabbids game I was watching a review for, and it looked really fun. But I don't know if I'm gonna buy that one.
You're like, I don't know.
I want a Mario game, but Mario, it's like one of those things that I want a Mario game, then I get it, and I get burnt out on it because Mario is it's just been just fucking in my life so much. It's just like after a while, I'm like, oh, Mario again.
Yeah, I know. I hear what you're saying. Because what was the one that came out? Mario Odyssey.
Odyssey looks pretty dope. My brother has it. I can just borrow that from him. But even that, I'm just like, I lose the motivation to play these Mario games.
Yeah, especially when it's such a big epic journey. You're just like, damn, I gotta finish so much.
If I want to complete it, like on some completion and shit, then yeah, there's a lot to do with certain games.
That's the only game I do that I play like that on the Switch is fucking the Pokemon games.
The Pokemon games.
I follow them all.
All them shit.
So every time the newest one that's gonna come out is Pokemon Snap.
They're remaking this Snap.
Yeah,
it's probably gonna be on the Switch too.
It is gonna be on Switch.
Probably gonna get that shit because I watched the review for that too. I'll be watching the completionist a lot, man. Like way too much. Like makes me want to just sit down, bro. Because you ever remember just playing video games like that, where you just sit down for days, bro. Just
finish it.
Just finish it, or just even if you're switching between different games, or just go on like a 4-day video game binge where you just play a game, beat a game, play a game, beat a game, play a game, beat a game. Or you decide I'm gonna try to knock out
records or something,
or just like get your favorite trilogy or like of video games, like get the God of War series and try to knock them out in a weekend.
Yeah, those were always the best. That's what we did with God of War 3. Me and my friend Mr. Wigglebottoms. His name's Darren, but his username is Mr. Wigglebottoms.
Mr. Wigglebottoms.
But we used to always when God of War 3 came out, we fucking binged that one night, try to beat it. We're just like, we're going to have to beat this in one night. I mean, we did, but fucking, it's one of those things where it's just like, damn, we wasted our life.
But that shit's like fun. It's fun, like, it's fun because like sometimes you feel that way. That's why like video games, it's that love-hate relationship that you have with it because it can become addictive. I've heard of people dying because they were just on I've heard of gamers being at like gaming lounges and cafes where you could sit there for like 24 hours or like 12 hours at a time. Like motherfuckers will play just sitting down. Like imagine sitting down doing a podcast like this, no piss break, no eating, just eating at the table and just completely sitting, not moving your legs at all.
Yeah.
Like people have had like fucking heart attacks and blood clots and shit like that from that. Like there's been gamers that have been, this guy was here for like 2 days and then when he got up he took like 5 steps and then just to a collapse and died. I'm like, what? But man, it feels good. Like, like Dark Souls is one of those really long games. I like kind of games. Like I like either short indie games now, like the Goose Game or Unravel or fucking something simple, but then I want to play something like really engaging.
Bro, it's all about StarCraft.
I haven't played. I see you play that shit on
I know.
Twitch, but I want to fucking get what I'm really excited for, man. What I really can't wait for is the fucking for the Switch is when they re-release the Metroid Prime trilogy.
Yeah, I did see that.
That's what I can't wait for because I really love the Metroid Prime games. I never played the third one, but the first two definitely, and then now they have the fourth one coming out. And I want to get the fucking Crash Bandicoot 4 too. That shit's coming out. But that's not until 2021, so I got time for that one.
You still got some shit to save up for.
Video games are such a big part of my life, but then some days it's just like I try not to. But then it's just like, man, that's just
I want it, yeah.
I want it, man. I used to like, why not? Like, fuck that shit. If I'm old, if I live enough to be in a retirement home, I'm gonna have like my gaming systems. I'm gonna have a lit life in that I'm gonna die happy, bro.
Yeah.
At that point, there's no point in trying to accomplish certain goals. Once you're like old, as fucking withered, and all you can do is just hang out in a nursing home. Our nursing home eras are gonna be the shit because we're gonna have Switches, video games, TV, and way better technology and things that we grew up with that we will entertain ourselves with. If also we don't get like something like Alzheimer's or something, dementia. Something that just fucks you like that. Can't even play video games because you just fucking
don't even remember how to play them.
Don't even remember how to play them. Don't even know what the fuck a video game is. What's a video game?
I'll shoot you said you like FIFA.
FIFA, I never got too much into the sports games. I played it with my cousin in Mexico, and it was fun with them. But they were just like every other Mexican relative, just murdered me.
Murder
me on
game. Sports games now are so intense too because they actually follow the actual stats of players and stuff.
That's what I heard too. I heard that they'd be like, if your player's fucking up in real life in the game, he'd be fucking up too. I'm like, whoa.
I know, right? You're like, God damn it.
If your fucking player got an ankle sprain,
guess what? He ain't playing in the season.
Damn, you can't play him on the PS4 tonight.
No.
He's gonna be limping just like the real dude. Damn.
You want to play him? You're probably gonna fuck up his ankle.
Damn, break it. Now you got it because now they go hard as fuck. Now they're like, it used to be just about the sport. Now it's like you get to play, pick an agent, pick sponsors.
Yeah, right. What kind of shoe you want?
Have baby mamas texting you. Have scandals happening. Like fucking sports games, bro, are like now just sports athlete simulators. Like they're not even. It's not even as much as about the sport. It's
right.
like all the other bullshit.
Pick
like,
your change.
Talking about how video games, I feel like some of the best video games were in the earlier like gen consoles, like the PlayStation 1, the 64, the Super Nintendos, like this, like the Xboxes, the PS2s, like those were good games, man. Do you remember how much replay value those games had back in the day? How much you could play certain games? Like now you play certain games, they didn't age well, but there's still a bunch of golden classics that even today are still fun as fuck. And sometimes the problem with video games nowadays, I feel like, is there's just so much shit you can do with it that people try to put like game developers and shit, just try to put everything in a video game, and they don't have no sense of like good direction, so they just have too much shit.
Yeah, they try to put everything in it.
Like there's too much shit. You play a video game that just has way too much shit to do. You're like, I'm never gonna finish all this shit.
Right. Not only do you have a big map, now you have multiple things you could pick up, and you have customizable characters, and you
can make food, and you get injuries,
and you get your own speech patterns,
and you get cancer.
See, but okay,
die.
So my friend that just came over a while ago too, he was telling me about a game. It's like a zombie game or whatever.
Yeah.
But even all the choices that you make have to be like pretty
like logical.
Yeah, because you can cover a wound with bandages, or you can cover it with a rag. And it's actually different if you do the two.
Oh, okay.
So shit like
effects.
that. Yeah, so
pretty dope.
That would be crazy to think about, though, because you have to make the decisions correctly. Like, should I shoot this gun or should I not and try to kill it with a knife because all the other zombies are going to come out?
Give you, like, multiple options, like you pick your journey kind of game. Where,
kind of like
a butterfly effect. Like, if you do this, it's going to have this kind of effect later on in the game. Like, there's a game like that.
It's more real, though. More real time.
It's like a horror movie game. It was, like, free on the PlayStation Network for a while. Until Dawn. Like about a Wendigo and shit like that, but you make decisions and it affects every character. Like a lot of games are like that, but on a bigger level. Like with these next gen consoles that you can really get even more in depth and more crazy.
Yeah,
like that'll be dope.
Like you can walk around without shoes.
I'm getting the PS5
or walk with shoes.
Or you can make more choices. Like you can have more things. Cause back in the day they didn't have the technology to make games like that, so they had to just have little fun ways, man.
Mario with the same hat.
Same hat, bro. It was just like you were limited, but the games are still fun because you find a way to make things fun, like the Metroid Prime or the Metroid Super, like the ones that were 2D years before they became the like 3D ones they have now.
Yeah.
Like they were fucking simple, but they were fun as fuck. Some of these games are really simple but complicated at the same time.
Little Shoot says, "What's your game, bud?" So again, one of my top games is StarCraft. I'm always on StarCraft 2. I'm always jamming that shit. Or some kind of like new PC game I'm always playing with. Hearthstone. I like Blizzard a lot. I fuck around with Blizzard a lot.
Blizzard, a lot of good games.
And you, what have you been recently playing? What's the games you fuck with?
Right now, I just beat the Pod Racer. They do a port change where they like make it for different ports, but I just got that old school 64 pod racing game, beat that shit. I got the Goose game, beat that shit, and I just bought the first 3 Doom games. Well, bought that like a month ago, and I beat the first one. The second one's hard as fuck, so I'm working on those ones right now.
Okay.
I have Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 1, like the remastered ones, the remake ones, so I gotta knock those out too. So I have a bunch of shit, but there's just like new games I'm excited for. See, the problem that I got too is I'll buy games and I won't finish all of them. Some of them I'll just like buy them because I'm excited in the moments and impulsive, kind of like, oh, I want to buy this game.
And then how are you supposed to finish them? Like I bought Animal Crossing and I'm already done with that game.
That's why I don't even buy games like Animal Crossing. I knew that I was gonna get that way with Super Smash Brothers too. Like I was gonna get down with Super Smash Bros. And I was gonna have a blast with it. Probably have like a binge where I play it for like 2 days to myself.
Right.
And then eventually I'm gonna slowly stop playing it, and then it's just gonna sit in my room.
Just wait for content sometimes.
Not even that anymore, man. I go to like a homegirl. I think I play with like a homegirl. It's a homegirl that I hang out with that I'll play that with because she loves that shit. So
But other than that, I don't really fun because I had fun with it, and then I tried to do the story shit, and then I got as far as I could until I lost interest, and I was like, I'm done. Because some games just don't hold me like for very long. That's why I'm like hesitant on buying certain games. okay.
Like the Mario Rabbids game looked really cool in the review when I was watching the dude play it and how he talked about it. But I'm like, how would I actually feel if I played
How would I feel?
Because Mario
Am
games
I into Rabbids that
Because usually
much?
Mario games I'll finish. I usually beat Mario games. Like when I buy a Mario game, I always usually beat a Mario game. Like if I have it, I try to play it.
Try to finish it.
I try to finish it. And I usually do, especially nowadays. Because I remember being a little kid and not being as good as I am now, and never being able
No
to finish
excuses
certain games.
now, right?
Now I'm like an adult nigga. I got problem solving skills, critical thinking. I got to do on this video games. Like I should be able to get it now, but I usually beat Mario games. But now I'm just like, I don't know. Probably Mario Party would be like another one I would want. There would be more where people come over to drink and kick it. Like that would be ones I play with friends or girls that come over, or just homies or family, or just drinking or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like, let's play some. But I think, I don't know. My Switch is my Switch. I like just to kick back and play that shit.
Yeah,
man.
it's kind of a personal console too.
Yeah, it's like
it's for you.
It's for me, but it can be for other people too. That's what I like about it. I can take it and just for myself, or I can put it on the TV and it be for everybody, or just for myself, but on a TV. It's got YouTube, Netflix. I can watch all that shit. Like it's really personal. That's why I like handheld gaming a lot, and that's why I like the Switch so much, because it's like really good graphics on this little tiny console, but you can put it on a TV. So
Still got some good quality.
it's got some good quality, man. Like I'm excited for some of the games that are coming out. But I've been playing that. I like puzzle games. I like horror games like Silent Hill and Resident Evil. Like I really hope they make a fucking Silent Hill game for the Switch, or they like do some release ports. I would like to play some of the originals again.
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope. But man, I don't know what else. I've been looking at, definitely Dark Souls. Like I'm gonna get a PS5 so I can get that Outer World game, and then plus I've always been a PlayStation dude, so I gotta have the PS5. I'm gonna get an Xbox too. Just get all the game systems, bro. And I heard Switch is coming out with the new like gen Switch. Like there's a new next gen Switch coming out. I'm like, fuck, a next gen Switch is coming out. Now I gotta cop me a fucking
Right.
because it's probably gonna look way better than the ones we have now.
Run better and everything.
Run better. The remotes are probably gonna be a lot more durable.
Sleeker and everything.
I'm probably like, fuck, bro. That always happens to me. Like that's usually been the history with me. Is like if I couldn't get the console right away, I'd wait a while and then I would cop one, and then shortly after they would have a new version, a better, slimmer version. Like the PlayStations always did that. Remember how PlayStations would always come out big as fuck and bulky at first, and then eventually they would shrink. They would just know what to take out and what to leave in and make them smaller. And then you had the big old PS2s, and then eventually they were like very slim, thin,
yeah,
like a razor phone PS2.
Yeah,
and then you have fucking the PlayStation 3, same shit. You had the big old ass fucking.
Made it thinner, and then not only that, they fucking advanced it to PlayStation Pro.
Yeah, and they made it Pro. Then eventually PS4 came out. And then I was just like crazy PS4.
Oh, shit, disconnected. You're cool,
but that's what I'm saying. They're like fucking from the internet and shit.
No, it's just the app.
Oh, okay, but man, those are some fucking good ass games.
Fuck yeah.
Take this shot.
Take it, bro. Who he fills it.
Fuck yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can find that shit. If they even have it.
For what?
Next gen Switch.
Oh shit.
I mean, like me and my older brother used to collect all the consoles. Like, I'd always want a PlayStation. He usually get an Xbox or something like that.
Just try to get as much as you can.
Like every like game has its exclusives. Like if you wanted to play Metal Gear, God of War, or Spider-Man games, you had to get a PlayStation.
They don't really have any pictures of it.
Nah, I think
Just says specs rumored.
specs rumored.
What it'll have on it and stuff. But it's pretty much going to be Switch 2 or Switch Pro. Because that's what they do. They all steal shit from each other. I don't know. Anyways, Soy, we've been here for an hour and a half.
Word.
We had some good conversation.
Just want to play some video games, man. You
Right
fucking
now we're ready to go fucking play some video games, guys.
slay some fucking
Soy, where can they find you? Where can these people find you?
Soy Swervin _91 on Instagram, and then Snapchat. I don't even know what the fuck. I always fucking slack it though.
Soy Swervin25 on Snapchat.
Just Swervin.91.
Swervin.91 on Snapchat, or check them out. Soy Swervin _
91 on
91
Instagram.
on Instagram, guys. I'm done. We're done here, guys. I appreciate you coming, Irvin.
Hell yeah, bro.
We'll do this again. Fucking have a few more shots. Try not to get so drunk right away.
Oh yeah.
Fucking, I'm a little bitch, dude. I have 2 shots and I'm done. I'm fucking get wasted right away.
I'm not a drinker either, so I get lit pretty quick.
But
too.
you're bigger, dude.
Yeah, I'm bigger.
You
so
have
I'm
way
not-
more fucking. You have more
I'm
fat
like
to
lightly
absorb.
buzzed.
It all absorbs way faster.
Whoop.
Anyways, guys, thank you guys for joining. Make sure to follow me everywhere. MuseMe TV. I got social medias on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and on Facebook. So make sure to follow us. We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know who the guest is. I'll just try to find somebody. So we'll see what happens. Make sure to have a good night, guys.